It's 2 a.m. You're staring at your phone. The screen glows, but your mind's louder. Notifications stack up. A work email you didn't answer. A friend's comment you can't shake. Your thoughts spiral. Why did I say that today? What if tomorrow goes wrong? You're tired, but you can't stop. The world's too loud, and you're caught in it. You don't need a big fix. You don't need another app, another goal, another voice telling you what to do. You just need a moment, a pause, something to hold on to when it feels like too much. That's what Stoicism is. Not a philosophy to study, not a rulebook to follow, just a quiet anchor, a way to stand still when everything's pulling at you. This is Stoic Simple. 9 keys. Not to change your life, not to make you better, just to help you breathe, to react less, to think less, to find a corner of calm in a world that never stops. If this feels like you, leave a small sign below. Not for us to get big, but so this can reach someone else who needs a moment to breathe. The world's noisy. Work deadlines, group chats, social media feeds that never end. It's not just the noise out there. It's the noise in here. In your head. The voice that replays every mistake, every what if, every should have. You're not alone in this. You're not the only one who feels the weight. Stoicism isn't about escaping the noise. It's about finding a still point inside you, a place where you don't have to react, where you don't have to fix everything, where you can just be. You've heard of Stoicism before. Maybe a quote on X. Maybe an app you tried for a week. But this isn't about quotes. This isn't about sitting cross-legged and chanting. This is about real moments. Waiting in traffic, biting back a sharp reply, closing your laptop and not knowing what's next. These 9 keys, they're not lessons, they're not rules. They're just ways to pause, to see the world a little clearer, to feel a little lighter. They're for you, the guy who's up late, overthinking, the guy who's quick to react, then regrets it, the guy who just wants a moment of peace. Let's walk through them, slowly, together. Key 1. Stay silent about your struggles. You're at your desk, the project's a mess, deadlines are closing in, you grab your phone, text a coworker. This is impossible. I'm drowning. You hit send. And nothing changes. Except now, you feel heavier. The problem's still there. But now it's louder. In your head. In your chest. Talking about your struggles. It doesn't always help. Sometimes, it makes them realer. Bigger. Like you're giving them power. The Stoics knew this. They didn't waste words on what was hard. They focused on what they could control. What they could do, right now, in this moment. Think about it. When you vent, you're not solving. You're just circling the same thoughts, the same weight. It's like pouring water into a sinking boat. You're not bailing it out. You're just making it heavier. Silence. It's not bottling up. It's not pretending everything's fine. It's choosing to act, to move, to focus on the one thing you can do next. Imagine this. You're stuck on that project. Instead of texting, you close your phone. Take a breath. Write down one small step. Maybe it's just opening the document. Maybe it's outlining the first paragraph. You do it. And suddenly, the weight's a little less. Not because the problem's gone, but because you're not feeding it. You're not talking it into something bigger than it is. The Stoics said, the obstacle is the way, not the complaint, not the group chat. The obstacle itself. It's the thing that shows you what you're made of, but only if you face it, quietly, without the noise of words, without the need to make everyone else see it. Try this. Next time you want to vent, pause. Ask yourself, what can I do right now? It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to fix everything. Just one step, one breath. One moment where you choose silence over noise. You'll feel it, the shift, the clarity, the calm. Key 2. Guard your inner world. You're at a coffee shop. A friend asks, what's your next big move? You hesitate. There's this idea. A side project. A dream you've been turning over in your head. You start to share, but halfway through, their eyes glaze. Or worse, they say, That's tough. Are you sure you can pull it off? And now that dream feels smaller, fragile, like it's not yours anymore. Your inner world, your thoughts, your dreams, they're yours. They don't need to be shared. They don't need to be explained. The Stoics understood this. They kept their deepest parts close, not because they were secretive, but because they knew not everyone deserves to walk through your mind. Not everyone can hold what's sacred to you. Sharing, it feels good at first, like you're letting someone in, like you're being real. But sometimes it leaves you exposed. Their doubts become your doubts. Their words stick. And suddenly, you're second-guessing, overthinking, wondering if you're even on the right path. Silence, it's not about hiding. It's about protecting, giving your dreams room to breathe, to grow, without the weight of someone else's judgment. Picture this. You've got that side project. Maybe it's a blog, a podcast, something you've been sketching out late at night. Instead of telling everyone, you keep it close. You work on it, quietly, in your own space. You make progress, small steps, and each one feels yours. Not because someone clapped for you, but because you're building something real. Something that doesn't need anyone else's approval. The Stoics called this a sanctuary, your mind, your heart, a place where you're free to be you, but you have to guard it. You have to choose who gets in and when. Not everyone's ready for what you're carrying. Not everyone's meant to see it. Try this. Pick one dream, one idea, something that lights you up. Don't tell anyone. Not yet. Just hold it. Work on it. In silence. Let it grow in the quiet. See how it feels. To keep something just for you. To know it's safe. To know it's strong. Key 3. Let your actions speak. You finish a big project. It's good. Really good. You're proud. You open X. Start typing. Just crushed it at work. You post. The likes roll in. A few comments. Nice job. But an hour later, it feels empty. Like the moment wasn't as big as you thought. Like the real thing got lost in the noise. Achievements, you don't need a megaphone. They don't need a crowd. The Stoics knew this. They didn't chase applause. They didn't measure their worth by who noticed. They let their actions speak. Their work. Their choices. That was enough. Think about it. When you broadcast your wins, you're not just sharing. You're waiting. For likes. For comments. For someone to say, you're doing great. And when they don't, or when the buzz fades, what's left? A hollow feeling. A need for more. It's like you gave your moment away. Let someone else decide its worth. Now imagine this. You finish that project. You sit back. Take a breath. You know it's good. You feel it. The effort. The focus. The late nights. You don't post. You don't tell anyone. You just move on to the next thing. The next step. And somehow it feels fuller. Richer. Because it's yours. Not a performance. Not a plea for validation. Just you. Doing what you do. The Stoics said, don't explain your way. Live it. Your actions. They're louder than any post, any speech, any boast. They're what people remember. Not because you told them to, but because they saw it, felt it, knew it was real. Try this. Next time you do something you're proud of. Don't say a word. Don't post. Don't hint. Just let it be. Feel it. Hold it. Then keep going. See what it's like to let your work stand on its own. To know it's enough. To feel free. Key 8. Keep your plans close. You're excited. You've got a plan. A side hustle. A new goal. You're at dinner with friends. The words spill out. I'm starting this thing. It's gonna be big. They nod. But one says, that's a crowded space. Tough to break in. Another says, you sure you've got time? And just like that, your spark dims. The plan feels heavier, less certain. Plans, they're fragile, full of hope, but vulnerable. The Stoics knew this. They didn't talk about what was coming. They worked on it, quietly, in the shadows. Not because they doubted themselves, but because they knew Words can dilute. Opinions can distract. Silence, it keeps you focused. When you share your plans, you're not just sharing, you're opening a door to advice, to skepticism, to expectations. And sometimes, said doors hard to close, you start worrying. What if they're right? What if I fail? Your plan, it's not just yours anymore. It's tangled in their words, their doubts, their noise. Picture this. You've got that side hustle. Maybe it's selling designs online. Maybe it's a YouTube channel. You don't tell anyone. You just start. You research. You create. You fail a little. You learn. And every step, it's yours. No one's watching. No one's judging. Just you and the work. It's clean. It's clear. It's yours to shape. The Stoics said, first decide who you want to be, then do it. Not talk about it. Not announce it. Just do it. Silence isn't secrecy. It's strategy. It's protecting what matters. It's giving your plans the space to become real. Try this. Pick one goal, something you're itching to start. Don't tell a soul, not your best friend, not your group chat. Just work on it. One small step, then another. See how it feels. To move without the weight of anyone else's eyes. To be driven. Key 5. Avoid judging others. You're in a group chat. Someone posts about a coworker. He's so lazy, always late. You chime in. Yeah, he's the worst. It feels good for a second, like you're bonding. But later you feel off, drained. Like you just poured energy into something that didn't matter. Something that didn't make you better. Judging others. It's easy. It's quick. It's everywhere. Scroll through X. Check the comments. People tearing into each other, pointing fingers. And maybe you join in. But the Stoics, they stayed above it. They didn't waste breath on who was wrong. They focused on who they wanted to be. Think about it. Every time you judge, you're not just talking. You're sinking into negativity, into drama, into a space that pulls you away from yourself. It's like stepping into quicksand. You think you're standing tall, but you're stuck. Your energy's gone. Your focus scattered. And for what? A moment of feeling, right? Now imagine this. That group chat lights up. The same complaints, the same jabs. You read it, you pause. You put your phone down. You don't add to it. You don't need to. Instead, you think about your own work, your own goals, your own path. And suddenly, you're lighter, freer, because you didn't step into the mess. You stayed clean. The Stoics said, don't argue about what a good person is. Be one. Judging others. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't move you forward. It just keeps you small, stuck in a loop of who's right and who's wrong. Let it go. Let them be. Focus on you. Try this. Next time you're tempted to join the chatter, to point out someone's flaws, stop. Take a breath. Ask, what's this doing for me? Then shift to your work, to your growth, to something that actually matters. Feel the difference. The calm, the clarity. Key 6. Do good quietly. You help a friend move. It's a long day. You're exhausted. But you're glad you did it. You open your phone. Snap a pic. Post it. Helping out a buddy today. The likes come in. A few heart emojis. But something feels off. Like the moment wasn't as pure as it was. Like you turned it into something else. Kindness. It's powerful, but it doesn't need a spotlight. The Stoics knew this. They didn't do good to be seen. They did it because it was right. Because it was enough. The act itself, that was the reward. Not the applause. Not the recognition. Just the quiet knowing. You made a difference. When you broadcast your good deeds, and you're not just sharing. You're chasing. Chasing approval. Chasing validation. And that chase, it dims the act. It makes it less about the other person, more about you. It's like you're trading something real for something fleeting. A like, a comment, a moment that fades. Picture this. You help that friend. You don't post. You don't tell anyone. You just do it. You carry the boxes. You laugh. You leave. And later, when you're alone, you feel it. The warmth. The quiet pride. Not because anyone saw, but because you know. You know you did something good. And that's enough. The Stoic said, the reward for a good deed is to have done it. It's not about who knows. It's not about who claps. It's about you, your heart, your choices. When you keep it quiet, you keep it real, you keep it yours. Try this. Do something kind, something small. Hold a door, tip extra, help a stranger. Don't tell anyone, don't post. Just let it be. Feel what it's like to give without expecting, to act without performing, to find peace. Key 7. Shield your weaknesses. You're at work, a big meeting's coming up. You're stressed. You tell a colleague, I'm freaking out. I don't know if I can handle this. They nod. Say something kind. But the next day, they ask you to take on more. Because they know you're stretched thin. And now you feel exposed. Like you gave away a piece of yourself. Weaknesses. They're part of being human. We all have them, but the Stoics, they didn't advertise them. They didn't lay them out for the world to see. They worked on them, quietly, in private. Not because they were ashamed, but because they knew not everyone can be trusted with your vulnerabilities. When you share your struggles, your fears, your cracks, you're not just being open, you're handing someone a map to where you're fragile. And sometimes they use it. Not always on purpose, but they do. They lean harder, they push more, and you're left feeling smaller, less in control. Imagine this. That meeting's coming, you're stressed, but you don't say a word. You go home, you journal, you make a plan, you practice, you breathe. And when the meeting comes, you're not perfect. But you're ready, not because you hid your fear, but because you faced it. Alone, on your terms. The Stoic said, a city without walls. It's vulnerable. Your weaknesses, they're not flaws to confess. They're work to do. Quiet work, inner work. When you shield them, you're not pretending. You're building strength, building resilience, building you. Try this. Think of one thing you struggle with. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's saying no. Don't tell anyone. Just work on it. One small step. A breathing exercise. A boundary you set. Do it quietly. See how it feels, quote, to grow without an audience. To be strong. Key 8. Nurture dreams in stillness. You've got a dream. Something big. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's writing a book. You're buzzing with it. You tell a friend. They listen, but then they say, that's ambitious, it's a long shot. And just like that, the dream feels distant. Like it slipped through your fingers. Like it's not as real as it was. Dreams, they're delicate, they're yours, but they're fragile. The Stoics knew this. They didn't shout their hopes to the world. They held them close, nurtured them in the quiet. Not because they doubted, but because they knew true dreams need space. Space to grow, space to become. When you share your dreams, you're not just talking. You're risking doubt, risking judgment, risking the noise of someone else's opinion. And that noise, from it can drown out your own voice. It can make you question, make you hesitate, make you forget why you started. Picture this, that dream, that business, that book. You don't tell anyone, you just start. You research, you write, you plan, in the quiet of your room, late at night, when no one's watching. And each step, it's yours. It's real. It's growing. Not because someone cheered, but because you believed. Because you gave it stillness. The Stoics said, don't live for tomorrow's hopes. Live for today's steps. Your dreams, they don't need an audience. They need you, your focus, your patience, your quiet strength. When you nurture them in silence, You keep them alive. You keep them yours. Try this. Pick one dream, something that keeps you up at night. Don't share it. Not yet. Just hold it. Work on it. In the quiet. One small move. One idea. See how it feels. To let it grow without the world's eyes. To feel alive. Key 9. Embrace solitude's strength. Your home. It's quiet. Too quiet. You grab your phone. Scroll. Text someone. Turn on music. Anything to fill the space. Because being alone, it feels heavy. Like you're missing something. Like you're supposed to be somewhere else. With someone else. Solitude. It's not what you think. It's not loneliness. It's not weakness. The Stoics knew this. They sought it, craved it, not to hide, but to find themselves, to hear their own thoughts, to feel their own strength. Solitude. It's where you meet you. When you avoid it, when you fill every moment with noise, you're running. From what? From the quiet. From the thoughts that come when no one's around. From the questions you don't want to answer. But those questions, those thoughts, they're not the enemy. They're the path. The path to clarity, to calm. Imagine this. You put the phone down. You sit. Just you. No music. No screen. You breathe. Your mind wanders. It's loud at first. The worries. The plans. But then it settles. You notice the sound of your breath. The way the light hits the wall. And for a moment, you're here. Really here. Not reacting. Not chasing. Just being. The Stoic said, loneliness is being empty. Solitude is being full. Full of yourself. Your thoughts. Your strength. When you embrace it, you're not alone. You're with the one person who matters most. You. And that's enough. Try this. Find 10 minutes. Just 10. No phone, no noise. Sit, walk, be. Let your mind do what it does. Don't fight it. Don't fill it. Just let it be. See what it's like. To stand in your own company. To feel, whoa, life's loud. It always will be. The emails, the notifications, the voices telling you who to be. Stoicism. It's not about silencing them. It's not about winning. It's about finding a quiet corner. In your mind, in your heart, a place to pause, to breathe, to be you. These keys, they're not answers. They're not fixes. They're just moments. Moments to stop. To think less. To feel more. To remember. You're not alone in this. You're not the only one who feels the weight. And you don't have to carry it all. If this helped you find a moment of calm, come back tomorrow. Not to learn more. Not to be better. Just to feel this again. To find that quiet corner. To breathe.